Certified squad, we living large in the city blocks. Hustle hard, we keep it real, avoid the fake talks. From the boombox to the podcast waves, we reign, engraved in the culture. Can't stick this ball and chain and survive that neo soul. Make your spirit grow, rhythm, flow, melodies that make your heart glow.
Always feel like it should be longer so you can complete a dance.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all?
Man, yo, good to be back. Good to see everybody. You know what I mean? Here we are in May.
I miss you all. I miss you all so much. There's been so much stuff happening. So I'm so excited to finally get out the group chat and talk about this live.
Word.
Yo, I'm just gonna jump right into it, man. I'm coming in hot today.
What you got, homie?
So I went to Fan Expo over the weekend. Shout out to Fan Expo. It was a con in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? So it wasn't San Diego and it wasn't New York. Respectfully, that's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
So it was a nice crowd. It was very, manageable. You could reach out and touch people, talk to people, not touch literally, but you could talk to people. And I was able to actually interact with Giancarlo Esposito. Shout out to Rodney Barnes. Yeah, that's my dude right there. From bugging out on to Captain America: Brave New World. He's been just an iconic actor. One of my faves. I literally, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I got two emotions were running at the same time. First one was just fanning out, and I had to actually take a day. Believe it or not, I had to take a full day to get myself together and to come back on Sunday to actually go up there to meet him. I did two things.
Wow.
One, I paid for that picture. I'm gonna keep it a G. Okay. I could have got it for free, but here's what happened, and this is where the other side of the coin is. So they put my man right next to Deadpool dog, right? So the dog from Deadpool was right next to him. And when I got there, the line was around like the quote unquote block. And I was so disgusted that this amazing thespian, this classically trained actor who has given us decades of greatness had like a very short or no line at all.
Really?
Wow.
Literally, I was appalled. I was mad. And that's when I decided I'm going to pay. That's when I said, you know what? I'm going to pay. I'm going to put some money in this brother's hand, even if it's just, $100 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
Out of curiosity, was Deadpool dog charging for pictures as well?
Yes, of course.
How much was the pictures?
I didn't check, but it had to be at least 100. Nobody was under $80. Nobody was under 80.
I don't even remember Deadpool dog from the movie. And
I do.
Really? Was he the dog that nice fool was holding?
He had the tongue hanging out.
The tongue hanging out. He was like the second star of Deadpool. I mean, the third star.
But I'm as annoyed as Chuck, man. Like Giancarlo was like all those people bugging out. Gus Fring.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who was he in Captain America: Brave New World?
Sidewinder? The adversary. I don't know I can't remember his name in that movie.
I think it was Sidewinder might have been his name, which
me
scratching my head because I also felt like in Luke Cage that was also the name of one of the villains in Luke Cage too.
Yeah.
But no relation.
But he was also in something recently, and my son was like, I swear he's such an amazing.
He's in Disney. He's in He's part of the Star Wars franchise. I think Manchurian.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He was so dope in Star Wars. I know.
Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, he's crazy.
Yeah.
He's in The Godfather of Harlem. Like he's in so many things. And I was able to show him the picture of us from Godfather of Harlem. I got his press contact. Hopefully that pans out. But if it doesn't, no worries. Also met Rodney Barnes. Now some of us may not be as familiar with Rodney Barnes, but he's a storied writer right behind the scenes, and he is a really good guy. I've known him for over 10 years, and we bump into each other all the time. Now I'm gonna give y'all some little tidbits, right?
Okay.
First of all, Rodney has two. Well, he has several books, right? This is Blackula, and it's very well done. You know what I mean? He has his most famous work is Philadelphia, which is also about vampires, and that's set in Philadelphia, obviously.
Mhm.
And here's some insider info. He talked to me about he had a meeting with Ryan Coogler. And, you know, I had mentioned that, you know, it seems like it's open-ended with Sinners being a universe.
Yeah.
He said, you know, probably not, but, you know, we both discussed that maybe, and he said maybe he pitched it a little bit that perhaps Philadelphia could be infused or incorporated within the Sinners universe. And, you know, he's a great writer, right? So he said that he'll probably be working with Ryan Coogler in some capacity, and hopefully that can be a byproduct of the meeting. So I was really happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Rodney Barnes, he also is very well known for, you know, working on and contributing to, and I think a co-founder of Boondocks.
Yeah.
So he's, you know, got that in his repertoire and a number of other things. There was a TV show on HBO Max about the Los Angeles Lakers. He was the TV writer for that.
Winning
also,
Time?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. That's dope. That's hella dope then. Yo,
he's very versatile. Yeah. Very.
On Sinners, real quick, was I the only one sitting in the theater hoping that like one of those end credit scenes was going to have like Blade walk in?
Yo. Bro,
it's not too far-fetched. You know what I'm saying?
No, it really, it's like the connective tissue is crazy.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, we got a guy who writes about vampires in graphic novels.
Yeah.
And we got a guy who's the highest level Black, you know, director right now, you know. And then we've got this franchise that started the MCU, you know, that started Marvel in the movies.
Yeah.
Just is in limbo.
Yeah.
There's no reason why something like the universe of Black vampires shouldn't just come together.
I think Ryan Coogler should do the next
Blade.
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like whoever they had, they just need to go ahead and scratch whoever that is and say, you know what, Ryan, you did great with Black Panther. Let's go ahead and do Blade. Like just be in charge of the Black MCU.
Okay, so being there with delegating jobs, right? And like talking about things that need to be rebooted and retouched.
Yes.
Between Ryan Coogler and Jordan Peele, who do we trust with The Last Dragon?
Ooh, wait, hold up.
Because like in the hands of either, you're still going to get a good movie.
Ryan, I'm going to go with Ryan because Jordan be having you think too much. In The Last Dragon, you don't have to think.
I'm gonna go with Ryan too, because look, we need fight scenes. Like we need diabolical villains, not like subliminal villains, not like mental villains.
Yeah, you're right.
We need like a real killer, like, you know. And Jordan is subtle. He doesn't. I've never seen him do action before, you know. So I think I'm gonna rock with Ryan on this one.
I will too. And then because Jordan, I swear, Us left me freaking confused. And I was all like, wait, so why is there? And I had to watch it twice in order for me to really understand all the subliminals. Yeah. And and it was the subliminal with the cows and the UFO thing. I mean, everything is all subliminal, but I am excited about his next move. Well, I don't know if he's executive producing it and it's another director.
Oh yeah, what's it called? Him? What is it?
The football movie, right?
Yeah. We don't know if it's about like a cult or if it's loosely off of the football player that killed everyone. What was his name? Yeah. The one from Boston.
OJ?
No.
That was a joke. Sorry.
The other one that killed everyone. The one from the one that they made a movie on recently.
Only one I could think. Oh, Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Aaron Hernandez type of thing. The guy kind of looks like Aaron Hernandez. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's about CTE or CET. Which one is it?
CTE.
Yeah. CTE. Yeah.
I was thinking Jeezy when I hear CTE.
Corporate Thugs Entertainment.
Yeah. Sorry. Forgive me.
Yeah.
Let's get it. All right.
Yeah.
So you was out and about as well, Queen, right?
Man, it was May the 4th. I
May
have
the
my
4th.
man. May the 4th was okay. So, we all maybe next year, you guys subscribe, follow us, tell everyone about Certified Squad. So when we start doing live events, then we could have it really make it big. But we wanted to do a May the 4th event. It didn't happen. So what I did was I dressed up as Princess Leia. There I go. And hold on, look at my little droid. That droid works, y'all.
Oh wow. Like a
Yeah.
little remote control joint or voice
Chopper.
active?
It's like a little chopper.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my little.
So what? Go ahead. Talk to me.
Yep, and then I'm with the little kid Mandalorian,
Yeah, that's dope.
and there goes my daughter Ray.
Okay.
Yep,
DEI children.
DI children.
Oh, shoot. That's
So what
funny.
was so funny is I've always wanted to go to the Georgia Renaissance Festival. I will always see it. And I mean, a Renaissance, I grew up in Arizona too. So I would see the Arizona Renaissance Festival. I never went. And I was like, you know what? I guess it's going to be a lot of people dressed up in cosplay because it's the Renaissance Festival. I don't know if there's going to be people in Star Wars, but it was. And I went and I said, oh my God, how did I miss this fun place all these decades? Like the Renaissance Festival is lit. And I had me and Shamar. So Shamar, now Shamar is like 14 and, I don't know if I want to dress up in cosplay anymore, And so he went in as Lando. He went as Lando. I believe it was Lando. And he had his his lightsaber.
Okay.
Lightsaber in a car. Once we got inside the Renaissance Festival and he see us fighting with the lightsabers with all these other folks, he goes, Mom, can you go get my lightsaber? so I didn't lose my son all the way to adulthood yet, to teenage years.
Still in there.
Yeah, exactly. So, which was fun, but man, the Renaissance Festival is lit. I was so shocked of how many people, how diverse it was and how fun it was. Do you have the video of them fighting? So this was epic. This was May the 4th. And this was with the knights, and they all fight each other. And look what they brought out, y'all. Brought out their lightsabers, y'all. It was freaking cool. Like, it was so cool that they brought out their lightsabers. Like, it was like, yeah, And then what was funny, the queen was a Black woman, and she used the Force to be able to fight the knight. So she was like, it was like those type of things for the Georgia Renaissance. So shout out to the Georgia Renaissance Festival for May the 4th. And we did we went to a local comic book store and got some comics. So that's always great. And, that's always a great day to go to your local comic book store and grab some free comics to support them,
Yo, I love the fact that they leaned into it, because I talked to somebody else who went, and I was like, yo, like my friend Queen is going, and she's going in like Star Wars attire, and it didn't seem odd to her at all. It was like, oh, word, like there will be others. Like, it was like an unspoken like reality that's the thing.
Yeah, it was. It was so many, and it was so many people that look like us that was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then not just look like us, but are like just freaking cool. Like, they weren't like weird Black folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were like cool, and moms, and and just, I mean, even teenagers. So that's why another thing too, Shamar see all these other teens. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, go get my lightsaber. Like, this is a really fun place. So yeah, I want to follow where the next Renaissance Festival is. Like.
Yeah, I know they travel, and I'm thank you so much for like shedding a light on this, because I've always been apprehensive about going to things that celebrate times where we weren't treated well.
Exactly, that part. Yeah. Same here. And but you know what? I think what it is that, like, I don't know. I think it was just like May the 4th, and I was like, oh, this is really fun. And then, I mean, I love Game of Thrones. I do like that era. Game of Thrones. We talked about that a couple of times, but. But it was just really fun. And then what was really cool, they had like a where you could, you know, have beer and a brewery, and they have like the old time, the medieval music and the band and the, you know, so it was like the whole thing was like you was literally in that time.
Was it kind of like Hidden Beach, where it was like medieval style renditions of modern songs, like medieval Annie Up?
Yeah, and then it was this one band that was so freaking lit. I don't know the name, but they had their drums, and it was like, man, we all was out there, we twerking, having a ball. We was having a ball. It's
with the medieval twerk.
It's always a time for twerk.
They had hookah. Was there hookah?
It was hookah. It was hookah there. So
it was Atlanta.
Yep, that's Atlanta.
Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. I want to show you my picture with Darth Vader. I met him at Fan Expo too. Chewbacca's was in there too, but you know, it looks better with us in all black.
Yeah. So have y'all been watching Andor?
No, I gotta start. I didn't finish season 1, and I hear how good it is. So I have got to get on it because I hear how good this is.
Man,
can you help sell me, because my apprehension to watching Andor was the fact that, like, I know all these people are dead.
Yeah.
So make me care, because I've also heard it's amazing and I need to be all the way in. But you know, sometimes when you know how the story ends, I just feel like they should have put this out before Rogue One. Like, this was an odd placement.
Well, I guess it's the same way, like how they did, you know, episode 1, 2, and 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what happened at the end, you know, that Darth Vader dies. And so we're looking at the beginning. So it's the same similar scenario, but it's more in regards to like what happened with the rebels, like in regards to the landscape of how did, like we know that all of a sudden he's Darth Vader, but we don't know what's happening with all the entire galaxy of all these different planets. And then like how did they, like, why didn't they fight back? You know, how did they become stormtroopers? Why did they even do, you know, so it's like that whole, I think what it is, I've been following, I don't know if you all follow her, shout out to her, Black Girl Nerd. She's on Threads, and she's been breaking down, she breaks down a lot of stuff, but she breaks down Andor. And one of the things that she said was, this is what George Lucas is about. It's good storytelling. And it's not always about the characters. We've been so caught up in the characters of the Star Wars, you know, multiverse or all of that. This is really about the storytelling in regards to like what happened. And it's not even solely focused on Andor. It's solely focused in regards to like all of the people, all these planets, and how they are literally, am I frozen?
Yeah, I thought you hit the mannequin challenge on us.
No, okay, sorry. Oh, back. I don't know. It's kind of doubling. Am I okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't. But in regards to like the entire galaxy of how they were taking over, you know, and how this entire empire took over all of these planets, the mental. From even the propaganda of what they're watching on television, it's very similar to what we're dealing with now.
So kind of like the approach that the first 2 Star Wars took. I mean, despite the, you know, the setup of the characters, but how like it was like more political.
Yeah.
And like hierarchy, structure of power, that sort of thing.
It is. It really is. And it's really, you know, of course we know that George Lucas used a lot of inspiration in regards to the Holocaust and Hitler and all of that when he did Star Wars, you know. But even looking at, you know, when we're looking at Andor's 2nd season now, it's really reminiscent of like what we're kind of dealing with now with, you know, with what we're seeing with Trump and in the way that the propaganda, like, I mean, it's the whole, it's something that already has happened, but it's just to see that it's still happening even in the Star Wars galaxy, you know.
I want to say something real quick. Like, you know, part of what at the Fan Expo that kind of upset me as well was the fact that there's these threads in sci-fi, you know, these threads about rebellions and fighting the dark side and the evil. And yet, you know, Mel Gibson is there and he has the longest line at Fan Expo, and Danny Glover is like right next to him, like such a pure human being. And his line pales in comparison. By the way, those people paid over $300 per like autograph and signing things and all that. So like, I was also kind of upset because I was like, wow, as this culture, this culture is about good versus evil. That's like the very, very basic premise of almost every comic book or movie, right? And then it spirals into deeper themes. But the basic premise is good versus evil. And yet I find that we're just not doing that in real life. And it's not translating even on the basic levels. And so we kind of idolize these people in real life, despite obviously everyone's falls short and we fall and stuff. But it just seems like there's no consideration whatsoever in real life. And I'm sorry to be deep with it, but it's just something
it's
real.
It's real.
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally seeing that in real time right now with Ironheart.
Yes.
Ironheart, we seen the promo, the whole rollout for Lilo and Stitch. Of course, I mean, it's a remake of a classic, a really great cartoon. But then they also have, and then of course, Thunderbolts, which was something that we didn't know we needed. And now after watching it, we're like, oh, we need this storyline, but we didn't know we needed it. And but they promoted it like crazy. And
oh my God, I can't see another commercial. It's so promoted.
Yeah, but with Ironheart, they just started promoting Ironheart. And and that is a storyline that we already saw. We saw Ironheart in Wakanda Forever, and then her gear was made from Iron Man. Like she's from Iron Man. Like, why aren't you not promoting her more? And so, I think that, of course, we're going to do weekly updates for Ironheart because we have to support this Ironheart, and the actress and the whole Ryan Coogler franchise of what he's doing,
Yeah. And the crazy thing, they said that this show has kind of been done for a while. It's just they was trying to figure out where they wanted to roll this out because of, just so many reshoots with the Captain America stuff and just things coming out in a certain order to like create an overall narrative. And I just would hate to see it fall victim to that because Wakanda Forever was like at this point damn near like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And for a character that you have not seen in 3 years, didn't pop up in the Marvels, not saying that would have helped, but people going to need to be reminded who Riri is, Riri Williams.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Dominique Thorne. Like, I met her last year, and I posted a picture of her and me. And she's a dope chick. She has connections to where I'm from, Delaware. She's from originally New York. But I think we just have to come together like we did with Captain America: Brave New World and support her and the character so that we don't fight these real life evil forces that are really hateful for no reason. I was really talking to my homeboy about this, and I was just like, 99% at least of all superheroes are white, and then take that to the next level, white men, and the storytellers are too. So the early storytellers would throw a bone out there, a Black Panther or a Luke Cage, most often riding the wave of what was going on in that time. And I give them a lot of credit. Falcon, was a sidekick to begin with. I still give them some credit for representing. But for the most part, the strongest and the most powerful were white guys, and now the people are taking, control in some way. And they are doing their own form of, I don't want to say reparations, but let's just say affirmative action in this world. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but I don't understand why there's so much pushback, particularly when they follow the books, the source material. The source material. This is literally in the books. So most often.
It seems like there's a lot of surface level fans who only know the surface level narrative and didn't watch like the new 52 is DC, but all of those like subplots and those sub characters and got lost. Because I even got schooled on something I didn't know about. There was a comic book series that talked about the future, right? And in the future, the only people that was left was like Moon Knight and that little like weird bird shit dude who be whispering in his ear, telling him what to do. And Luke Cage was the most powerful person in the universe because somehow he took over. He got Bruce Bruce Banner's Hulk powers transferred over to Luke Cage,
Oh,
and like,
God.
and if this ever came up, you know, there would be a whole how come Luke Cage is the Hulk? What was in the comic book?
Oh my God.
Oh, I don't want to be here for the day if they make. Well, I do. I want to see the day if they ever make that movie and tell.
Right.
They'll be like, "What the?"
Yes.
Oh my God, forget about it. There is a Black Hulk. I don't think it's not Luke Cage, but the original Hulk is black. Believe it or not.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. Look him up. Black Hulk. I don't know I forget his name, but yeah, let me look him up because you know,
like
Let me-
visually,
They don't know this stuff. Like, if this is all
Yeah.
in the comic books and they say that they're fans, so what happened? So everyone's just movie fans?
his name is Tyrone Cash.
really?
Tyrone Cash.
Hold on.
He's the first Hulk prior to Bruce Banner.
Wow.
Member of the
wait,
Ultimate.
Wait, no, I was gonna say, is that what happened in the Falcon one and that captain? But no, that was because he wasn't a Hulk.
No. Falcon came after. He came
So not
after
Falcon, the one before that was in the
Steve
movie.
Rogers.
Yeah. No, the
Yeah.
one that was in the one that was a slave or something, or he.
There's Tyrone Cash.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That's different.
Oh,
But he was not technically the first Captain America. He's Isaiah. Geez, I feel like a bum right now. But hold on, man. Shoot, we got to put some respect on these people. Isaiah Bradley. I'm sorry, Isaiah Bradley
from Captain America. So this is Tyrone Cash. Who
that's
also
Tyrone
looks
Cash.
like the guy from Class Act who said, "You won't play with my frog."
Oh my God. Yeah, but anyway, I mean, a lot of this stuff is retroactive. Marvel went back, corrected something, fixed some things up, whatever. I mean, I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. But anyway, I just think it's just time for a little chin check, just a little check. We're all nerds, we're all blurs, we're all family in this way, but
yeah. Put some respect on the culture and see what, just know that these were great comic, a lot of these comic book writers, they saw diversity in all of these, and they saw all of us as superheroes, and because we have the right to be superheroes, all of us do, and in the fact that, once it goes out and be commercialized and be on screen, everyone once he gets upset. But I'm just like, remember that song, read a book. Read a book. Read a book.
Yeah, librarian Lil Jon.
Yeah. Read a book, mother.
The world needs more of him. Well, real quick, speaking of writers, man, I had the cool opportunity over the course of the weekend to do improv with Colton Dunn, who a lot of people might know from Superstore.
Yeah.
And also he was on a show on Netflix called The Recruit, as well as Larry Wilmore, who wrote for a little bit of everything. Bernie Mac show, Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore, Insecure, I think I already said that. Shut Up and Drivel, a whole bunch of shows. Yeah. And man, it was such a dope situation. It was at Dad's garage. There goes me tucked in the back like a chocolate.
I love it.
Larry Wilmore and you. Yeah. That's dope.
Wow, that is so freaking dope. And you did improv?
Yeah, so like that's one of the things that I enjoy doing, because like improv is like the comedy version of freestyling.
Yeah.
Outside of doing crowd work. So, so the way it worked is like Colton interviewed Larry and was like asking him like, questions of, about like life and just like tough topics. So the crowd would give like certain suggestions and we would all do scene work based off of the things that he mentioned. So like one of the things was like euthanasia, is a hot dog a sandwich? And another one was like, I don't know, it escapes me at the moment, but that dude is so sharp, quick on his feet, and Colton Dunn is also hilarious as well, and a really dope actor. He was so good in Superstore that I thought he was actually in a wheelchair for real. Like when I saw him, when I saw him walking around, I'm like, oh wow, you can walk. You're really good.
Oh my God, Larry Wilmore had a talk show, and I loved it. And I was so disheartened and hurt when it was canceled.
Yeah,
that sucked.
Sometimes, man, too smart for the room, man. Or like sometimes people don't want to hear our truths at large. You know what I'm saying? They want to laugh at the stereotypical tomfoolery of it all. But when you spoon feed them the truth, they start to realize, oh, this is medicine. This is medicine. I don't like it. I don't like it. It makes me feel bad because I feel bad because of the things we've done. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Shout out to Robin Thede too. She was she's a disciple of his. I don't know if that's
they're in that same I think like smart black writers universe. Like Black Lady Sketch Show was something I was late to the party on, but when I started watching, I was like, well, damn, this is great.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, man, that's so good. I've got to see you. See, let us know on the next one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I'd be scared to invite people to things just in case I fail.
Oh,
and then like
you're not ever gonna fail. You don't fail.
Wait, hold on. You don't fail. When we did zombie, when we was doing zombie, I think did you win or did you not win? Did my team win? I think I stopped.
Oh, when we was doing paintball?
Yeah, paintball for zombie paintball.
I know I just had a lot of points, and then I know there was just some kid who just kept like making this point to shoot me a lot, and and I'll see him again in the streets. But it was fun.
Zombie, have y'all been catching up on Last of Us?
I did. I don't know what's going on right now. It's just
me either. I watched yesterday's episode, and it was like a flashback.
Yeah,
I think that was a waste of an episode.
Yeah, are you just delaying? Or are you just like
trying
to get to 10 episodes or whatever they're going to? I don't know, man. I'm feeling away. And by the way, let me just say this. I hate Ellie. I hate her. I hate her guts. I despise her. And my theory is that they put this in there to somehow take the attention away from her, bring it back to Josh or something. I can't tolerate her. I really don't like her. I don't believe in violence, but I might.
What?
She's whack. She's unlikable.
Was she at Fan Expo?
No.
Yeah. She wasn't. Okay.
She wasn't, man. But there were a lot of people at Fan Expo, man. I mean, sorry, I don't mean to veer off. There were a lot of people there. It's just like you can't get near them 100 a pop. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, Ellie wasn't there. I probably would have boo, shame.
You know, she's like, I'm an actress. This is.
Oh no, I don't.
I think she's irritating on the video game. I mean, what you think, Head Crack? I think for me, she's irritating on the video game.
I'm like pretty close to the end of The Last of Us 1, right? Okay. And I think I've mentioned this before that like I love how season 1 was running neck and neck with the game. I'm playing the game and I'm like, oh, this is happening in the show.
Yeah.
I've always heard people tell me that The Last of Us 2, the game, was stressful and just a burden of emotion. But God bless these people for never explaining why. So by episode 2 or 3, when this terrible thing happens on the show, I wasn't ready at all. At freaking all. Like and because like that's like what I watch like late at night before I go to sleep, I have not been able to untrauma bond and resume my watching of the show. I did watch the episode after the terrible thing. And that's just kind of where I'm at in life. I'm getting jumped by television. They brought The Walking Dead, Dead City back.
Let's go. I'm so excited about Dead City. Oh my God.
Raising Cain, which is also like Dead City because everyone's gonna die. And then and then what else am I watching? Like, and I'm one of those people who's catching up on White Lotus.
Okay,
Me too.
I'm still at the end of season 1. I got 1 episode to go.
Yeah,
and I'm my mental entertainment building is surrounded, and everything. I like too many stressful things that just plow through things, but it's an exciting time to be a fan of stuff.
Yeah, man, Dead City, man, I love it that they brought back Lucille. Man, I had a Lucille.
The bat?
The bat, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I love the bat. I had a Lucille, but I gifted it to Dave Chappelle because I was like, oh, I could buy me another Lucille. And he was so excited about this Lucille. And then I try to find so I could buy me another Lucille. And you can't find it nowhere. I'm like, dang, what? Dave.
You got played. You played yourself. I was waiting for it. I did the same mistake too. Boots from the Coup, who's, I gave
Sorry
him
to Bother You. And what was the other thing? I feel like the one with the guy was a giant.
Giant. Tyro's a giant or something.
Yeah.
Great show. But he liked this pin I had. It was a Lauryn Hill pin. It's a dope pin from Miseducation.
Oh.
And I gave it to him. I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I?
You ain't never seen that pin in the wild again, have you?
No.
I know. And then
You don't remember.
My Lucille was from the Walking Dead store here in Sonoya, in Georgia, where they filming at. And I was like, oh, they have way more Lucille's, and they don't. And but shout out to Dave. Dave is, he did such a great job playing our boy.
Negan.
Yep. Yeah. What is it? Negan on Saturday Night Live. And so I was like, yeah, he deserves this Lucille. So yeah, I gave him a but he knows the actor, like the whole cast. So I know he could have get the real Lucille, like if he wanted to.
That was just you being like a supremely good human, because
yeah. And you know what? And he loved, like, he was like, oh my God, like he really, was happy about the gift. But yeah, but Dead City is so great. I'm so happy that Dead City is back, because that spinoff of Walking Dead with Negan. I mean, Negan's always been my favorite character. And then just even with these new characters and the theatrics of it all, of them, like they were theater folks. Now they're just freaking like villains, like major villains. And so you don't know, especially the older lady, you don't know if she's going to kill someone or she's going to sing to someone or start doing, Broadway play or something. Like, it's just like the
same old lady from Ozark. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you just do not know what's going to happen. So yeah, Dead City is so freaking good. I'm so happy that it's here for the summer.
Some people are so good in roles that you feel like they like that in real life. Like, I feel like that old lady is like, yeah, you're the same person. You're like the same way you are in Ozark. You probably date like a young dude, like, and have him do weird sexual stuff. Like, like, man, I don't want to go to your house.
I don't want to go to your house.
Exactly.
Man,
by the way, John Boyega was at the fan drawing.
Wow, too. I would have fanned out.
I didn't go for it. I just was too tired by the end of the day. So
I would have paid that $100.
His line was short too, though, by the way. I should have. Yeah.
What is going on?
I don't know. It was crazy. His line was dumb short. I mean, dumb.
I would say historically, anytime I've ever went to a fan expo, like, our lines be like muy rapido. You know what I mean? Like, I think I mentioned it before. I remember I went to San Diego Comic-Con, maybe 2013. Ty Mac wasn't even in the big hall. He was like in the other hall, right? Yeah. Where people who got killed off on Star Trek on their first episode. He was in that hall, right? Yeah. And I was able to walk right up to him and talk to him as long as I wanted. Great guy, still looked like himself, amazing energy. And I just wish there was more people that, one, knew he was there, and then like two, was just up on the fact that, oh snap, Last Dragon,
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's interesting. I was thinking maybe John Boyega was too militant. Like, he's very about that life.
You got to be sometime.
Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know. It was interesting. It was very interesting. He was there both days or all 3 days. No, Saturday and Sunday, I think.
Wow.
Maybe all 3 days. So I think I have something for us to consider from now on. New York and San Diego are the big two, right?
I'm going to San Diego.
I'm going to recommend, I get it. It is the big daddy, but I recommend the smaller ones, because you have the opportunity to move a little more and to politic a little better, and to even sit down with the artists. Like, I met Larry Houston. He's the creator affiliated with X-Men 97, and he was just sitting there chilling. Once again, I ran a little low on time. I had to help a friend of mine, but he's just sitting there. I interviewed several Black creatives, and I honestly, and not just Black, I interviewed another guy who impressed me so much. He's right here with his, he drew Punisher.
Oh,
I see the Punisher back there, right?
Yeah.
I interviewed him, and he was so cool. Really? And he can draw so well, but he gave me this expanded story of how he got kicked out of Marvel Comics early on.
Wow.
And I was just like amazed at the politics in even that world. But there were so many people just sitting around, just waiting to be talked to, waiting, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, so this is what I'm going to rededicate myself to when I go to these things, just interviewing everybody, anybody, everybody, because why not put it on Certified Squad and really give people a voice in a way that they don't have. And I think that once we get our producer, then we can really chop it up, put the proper links in or whatever, and just not have to be burdened by it, but just like have someone that's really behind the boards and really give voice, man. I talked to this one dude, man. He's from Philly, and he has a whole universe.
Yeah.
Black comics, quality is crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, I just was really impressed.
Yeah. Well, make sure you guys like, subscribe, so you all could see and get exclusive from all of these type of things, because these are icons. I mean, they are what they've done, because remember, these are people that were probably like bullied or talked about because they want to draw and they want to write their own original comic book stories, or just write a story that just seemed like maybe not the norm. And then here they are just they made a life out of it. And so I think as it becomes more and more popular with the commercialism of movies and of things like that, some of these people are starting to become, I mean, we still need to be able to acknowledge them. Like when we look at, like when I hear stories about Stan Lee, and then I know a documentary's coming out about his life and how they treated him. It's just
it's out already.
Oh, it is out.
No, it's not out. It's not out. I take that.
Yeah. And I don't even think I want to watch it. But when I was reading the comments of people that was saying that, how people kind of just walked past him, or how they just didn't really acknowledge him. They wanted to meet, the guy that was the actor for Spider-Man, or the guy, and so he, Stan Lee's line wasn't as long.
Where was this? Because I don't know about that.
Yeah, when I was reading these, like the comments, I'm not the comments under the thing of people that went to a lot of these Comic-Cons or these conventions, So yeah.
Hey, by the way, I was with my boy Chris. He's one of my best, dearest brothers, and he said, it was a guy there from I think he was from Walking Dead, but he's also from Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
He was like, I think that's the guy that abused Stan Lee. I was like, yo.
Well, you say abused Stan B, what do you mean?
Oh, Stan Lee was abused in his elder life. Yeah, as he got older.
Coming out.
Elder abuse. So there's a like she mentioned, there's a documentary coming out to tell the story of him being abused in his senior years. And allegedly there's this gentleman, I don't really want to call him a gentleman, but this man who abused Stan Lee, the guy who gifted us all these comic superheroes and stuff. And so Chris and I were meeting Tyler from Superman and Lois, and he was like, yeah, that's I think that's the guy that abused Stan Lee. I was like, no, don't say that, because my run-up game crazy.
Right.
Is this person's initials KM? Is that who we're talking about?
I don't know his initials, because he's not famous.
Yeah.
If this doc comes out, he'll be famous.
His the ex-manager? Is that what we talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking.
So he's potentially managing other people now.
He got that look.
Allegedly. We want to make sure we say allegedly.
You can look at somebody and be like, yeah, you did what they said you did.
By the way, here's us in Superman.
Oh.
I took the selfie. This was after he paid all this money for the picture. I said, yo. I flipped that camera around, said, hey, yo. Bong, bong. Got mine, too.
That was Dean Morgan, right?
No, that was Tyler.
Dean. Okay.
I'm sorry. That was Tyler. I can't say his last name, but Tyler from Superman and Lois.
Yeah, and then I want to say this. This is going to be my first San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know the layout. I don't know the logistics. I don't know how to get everything. So anybody that's watching, please give me instructions on how I need to do the San Diego Comic-Con because it's the end of July. I'm excited and I don't know, like, that's so dope.
Sorry, I just wanted to put his name up there.
Yeah.
Tyler Ho-Chin.
Tyler's whole chin. He definitely has a very defined. He was born to play Superman. Like, you either go be like David Letterman in a movie, or you gonna be Superman. Right. You got.
He was so nice too, by the way. Super freaking cool. Okay, so on San Diego Comic-Con, I've been there.
Okay.
I recommend you keep. I recommend keeping your snacks on you, keeping your water on you.
Okay.
If you cosplay, keep it light. You know what I mean? Keep it cool. It's a lot of people there. It is overwhelming. The lines are crazy. Mm-hmm. It's a lot going on. On the flip side, there's a lot of dope activations. Typically, just the biggest of the big. The announcements are always crazy. The halls are huge. I just recommend pre-planning, knowing where you want to go, where you want to be, and acting on that. Because I went without any plan.
Like, how do I be in the rooms to watch the movies or the episodes, or how they doing? Like, how they always show, like, pre. I guess they do screenings. Do they do screenings and stuff? Like, how do I get in those rooms?
I'm not sure how you would get into that, but I mean, the only way to do it, in my opinion, is to try to just look into it, and then if you have a pass, I mean, if you get the greatest pass they offer, or the greatest pass you can afford, just get that. So that gives you the most access you possibly can have.
I mean,
I was there on a press pass. I was there as press, so I really don't know for sure.
Yeah, like having press credentials helps tremendously, because a lot of those things that you just mentioned, like going into certain halls, they limit the amount of people that they could fit in the halls in there. And unfortunately, something that you might want to do may overlap with something that you're doing already. So you gotta have a person that you can send out as kind of like as a scout to either go hold the line down for you so you can get in. And then also too, a lot of the dope companies be having parties like after the fact, and that's the real magic, and that's where probably like the media thing come in a little bit more too. But there's certain things that you can go to if you just RSVP and ahead enough time, but it's just about being in the flow of information, which isn't always the easiest thing to do. But like, it's just about like, hey, like simple as Googling sometimes, like how to get on certain lists. ChatGPT could probably surgically walk you through all of that stuff, because as dope as Comic-Con was, like everything Chuck said was right. It's so many people, it's overwhelming. If you come through dressed as Bigfoot, you're gonna be dressed as a civilian an hour later because it's just hot and it's just too many people walking around. But them damn after parties though, that like some of the best times I've ever had as an adult.
Are y'all coming?
Can we
put a party with? Are y'all coming?
What's the date again?
It's the last weekend of July.
I ain't going.
Possibly.
Dang.
I mean, hey, maybe I'll go, but I can't. I'm not credentialed or anything, so I won't be going in that capacity.
Well, I know I waited on a 4-hour virtual line back in September to get my ticket.
Right. Yeah.
It was only $65 a day.
That's not bad.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
I don't know why everyone was said it was so much money, but it wasn't It wasn't a lot.
I think people be thinking about the overall of it all, because like you're coming from out of state, going to San Diego. They're gonna be mad tax on all the hotels. You're gonna have to hope you meet somebody so you can sleep with them.
Oh, by the way, I want to change gears a little bit. Listen, nerds, meet. Here I am, right here.
Yeah.
Deodorant. Use it, because y'all be stinking. Now, I need y'all to listen to me and listen good, especially if you cosplay Chewbacca. Please, you cannot do the crazy thing, and you cannot sit in a daggone suit at 150 degrees walking around other people, and you didn't shower the day before or the day before or the day before. The 72-hour protection, That's just a theoretical. That is not supposed to be actually tested. You're not supposed to test the deodorant like that. Take a shower every day before you put the Chewbacca costume on, after, and the day after, and the day after. If you go to con 3 days in a row, you're supposed to shower 6 times. Thank you. This is my PSA.
Well done.
Good God.
Well done.
Thank you.
So what? That is real. That is so real.
Yes.
Like there's people using deodorant that actually needs more aluminum in it.
More aluminum.
Do not use the crystal. Remember the crystal? Don't use the crystal.
Right.
Nah. You need all of the free radicals. You
can't use native. What is that? Native. You can't use native. You got to use old school Tussie.
Arm and Hammer.
Arm and Hammer. All of them Jones.
Tom's
nail, hammer, saw. You need all them Jones.
And use the perfume body oil so it just stays on you. So as you sweat, and it just nothing but aroma of the good cologne or perfume smell.
Yeah. Yo, real quick before we slide over to the sunset, I know I think 2 of us at least have seen the last Final Destination that just recently came out.
Yes.
Thoughts, comments, concerns.
Man, it was I'm scared of a penny.
Fair.
It's crazy what a penny could do. I am like, now I'm looking at, after I got out the movie theater, I was looking all under my car. I'm checking the engine. I'm checking everything. You never know what can happen. I mean, just the great detail of a penny, of how it could just wipe out everything.
Yeah, like, and is that how caught up are you, Chuck, on the whole like franchise?
Maybe the first one, maybe.
Oh, you gotta watch.
I'm getting back into horror, guys. By the way,
yes,
I'm getting back into it. So I watched Smile again. I did see it before, but I watched it again. I'm getting into it. So I think I watched the first one, but I don't really remember it. It was like how long ago, you know? So I'm definitely gonna tap back in.
See, with my kids, because I took my youngest ones to go see the latest Final Destination on Friday, and they loved it. The kills was so OD. So like we are now starting from the beginning, you know, because like today's generation, they don't want to experience anything real time. They've already seen all of the kills already that happened. So now we're watching the movies for context. So like we started with Final Destination, the new one. Then we watched one the next night. And then last night, me and my 10-year-old, we started Final Destination 2, which I feel has the most OD beginning kill out of all of the Final Destinations. Like, there's people to this day that don't drive behind trucks. They got the little logs behind them.
Oh, I know.
It's a very stressful movie.
It is. You know, as a matter of fact that you said that, something came up on the news of that exact situation, but the person didn't die, thank God. But it went through their windshield. And I was like, oh my God. And they was like, yeah, we almost got Final Destination. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, those kills for all the Final Destinations is like, what the heck? Like, it's just everyday things, you know. But yeah, that was good. It was really, really good. And I watched all the Final Destinations before. Like right now, I'm watching Mission Impossibles right now because we know Mission Impossible's coming out this week. So I'm going through all the Mission Impossibles, you know, just to catch myself up. So yeah,
me too. I have to watch the last one again because I'm gonna see the new one tomorrow at a screening in the city. So
yeah.
I'm excited for y'all, man. Like I love Tom Cruise because he's like 62. He's out here doing his own stunts. He doesn't have to. And like there's very few like action stars, movie stars left, and he one of them ones, man, that still puts his life and limb on the line, man. I just greatly appreciate it.
Shout out to him, man. He's to me one of the great actors, man. Whether you respect him as a person or not, I happen to stay ignorant a little bit to that other stuff, whatever that may be, and just really appreciate him as an actor. He's somebody I really do want to meet. I've heard nothing but good things from people I respect. So I really do want to shake his hand one day. There's a brother online who has met Tom, has several selfies with him, and I can't stand this brother. I mean, I'm hating, like straight up hating. He has my boy sent me this selfie of this guy and Tom today. This morning, I woke up hating because he was in my face with Tom Cruise. As I woke up, I was like, I bet I'm gonna get my picture though. One day.
You know, with my Shamar, as you all know, he's acting, and so I have him in stunt training right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he did his first class of knife, like how to be able to use the knife, you know, and he was looking good. So, you know, he's about to start this week, well, next week, because this week is finals, but next week, about to have him start doing the wiring, you know, so he could climb on walls and all of that.
Okay.
I mean,
Miles Morales.
Yeah. That's where we're going. We're going for Miles Morales. You know, we really want him to be Miles Morales and Marvel, but he also just wants to do any type of action. You know, he's getting tall, and so, you know,
Good.
So Tom Cruise is one of his inspirations. The Rock, you know, these folks that are just amazing action stars. You know, so
It's so dope he's getting to it early too. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you can still heal fast.
Yeah.
You know, like when before you hit your 20s, man, like, you know, you heal back like Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? Like after that, you like old man Logan. It's like real slow. Like, why is this lasting so long?
Yeah. Appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, please. Get us some views, some likes, and some moolah.
Yeah. You show up for us, we'll show up more often. It's a fair exchange of energy.
Yes. And make sure you guys stay
certified.
Peace.